What is going on,
Uh,
everybody? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I guess for this, let's just go into some game stuff for the Vikings and the Chargers here. Um, what's your thoughts right now with the Vikings and Chargers? How are you feeling going into this game? We got the Cam Akers signing, the Dalton Reisner signing. I don't
yeah,
know. It doesn't sound like a lot of those people are going to play for sure, or we don't know. We don't really know what's going on. It's kind of sounds like they might not, or at least with Dalton Reisner, there's not a lot of things with people saying he's going to play. I don't know. What do you think with all that? Do you think we're going to see Dalton Reisner and Cam Akers going in this game Sunday?
I think I would guess more than likely. If I had to pick one, it'd definitely be Akers. Because here's the thing: it's like I understand maybe you wanting to mix in Reisner on a couple of plays, but that just throws off the what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of throws off your offensive line. You know, like these guys all play together. Continuity, that's the word. Throws off the
What up,
continuity. Jerry
Gary?
going. As of right now, it
My
looks like you're the
guy.
only person in the room with us here, but that's perfectly fine. Um, because obviously you don't want to mess up the continuity along the offensive line. So I think they're gonna want to let him acclimate this week. If they're either up big or down big, and they maybe get him in there a little bit. So that's that. I think they'll give him one full week to practice, learn the playbook, and then they'll find a spot for him next week. But as for Akers, I think with him, I think they're gonna get some plays from him right away. I mean, I see a lot of people pointing out like last year we bring in TJ Hawkinson. It's like, oh, we'll have to get him
Mhm.
acclimated first, and he played what like 70% of the snaps that first game against Washington.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think this is definitely an angle where I think Akers is going to get some run.
Right.
We'll see what he can do. And I think one of my coworkers sent me a picture today about like the
Mm-hmm.
details of the pick swaps, and I think he needs to get like
500 yards of scrimmage.
560 yards
Uh,
from scrimmage. I think
yeah,
500,
I think I saw 500
something like that.
plus, but it could
So
have been
basically, it's one of those things.
560.
Either he works out and we swap late picks, or he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work out and we got a test run for him basically for nothing. I mean, we got to pay his cap hit, but overall, that's just what I do here. Always with the great takes.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
for
no
sure. I
question.
think Akers. It's easier to mix in a running back than it is
Yeah,
to mess up
you
the
don't really
offense.
see that on the offensive line ever, right? You don't really
Yeah,
see them kind of switch them in and out. So that is a good point. One thing that was interesting, actually, speaking of that, because Tom Brady was on a podcast recently, which just yesterday, actually, which I don't think I've ever seen him on anybody's podcast or anything like that. And something I didn't know about him, which probably a lot of people probably do, but in his last year of college, he was like he was up against some young, I forgot what his name is. He's probably, I don't know if he ever made it to the NFL, even though he was like a big prospect coming into Michigan. And they actually had to switch, they were swapping quarters. Like Tom Brady would play the first quarter, and then this guy would play the second quarter, and then the coach would decide who gets to play the rest of the game. And that went on for like half the season in his final year in Michigan. And eventually Brady ended up taking that over. And then obviously we know his, so
yeah.
that's
We
a,
know how that
obviously you
turned out. Yeah,
never see that. We know
he
how
had a
that the
marginal
ending of that.
career at best.
Yeah, at least in on it, or yeah, on and off the field. But
Yeah,
but no, that was crazy because obviously you never see that in the end. You never see that in the NFL. You don't
no,
really see that in college where you're switching out quarterbacks in the middle of the game. And another position outside of that that you never see that with, it's probably the offensive line. And the so that's a point. I mean, if we see Ed Ingram in there on that first snap, it's hard to believe we see Reisner at all, unless Ed Ingram needs to get benched or something like that. Or, I don't think Ezra Cleveland is on the hot seat like that. But
you
yeah,
wouldn't
we'll
think
see.
so.
But
You wouldn't think so.
Cam Akers, though, yeah, Cam Akers, I definitely think we should see some of him. We should see some of him. It'll be interesting. I mean, obviously, we're going to see Madison. Madison's going to get the first touches and everything like that, but it really will be Ty Chandler and Cam Akers. Who are we going to see get the second touch of this game
Yeah,
between them
that'll be
two?
interesting for sure. And something I did want to bring up is I saw Ron Johnson on Twitter today had the same thought process you had. He says he thinks this front office feels like Kenny is going to be their home run guy, which we'll see. I
Who
don't
said
know.
that? I said
Ron
that.
Johnson, former
Oh, Ron
Gopher,
Johnson.
former
Oh,
Gopher.
dang. That's
We'll
funny
see.
because I actually did say that, though I wasn't 100% serious, mostly backed by maybe some hopefulness. Plus, I am not. I like Keenan compared to you, obviously. So we'll see. We'll see. But Cam Akers has the ability to do that. He has the speed. So it'll be interesting to see what we see in Cam Akers. And hopefully, at the very least, I mean, hopefully, even if it ends up being just, Cam Akers and Madison duo type of situation, hopefully it just brings our run game up overall. So that would be nice. That would be nice. But yeah, outside of that, oh, we got Skull for Life in here. What up, Skull for
Going on,
Life?
man?
What's up?
Dropping
What's
in.
up? Yeah, outside of that, how do you feel about this game in general? Like, do you think it feels like it's weird for us to go? This has got to be one of the first times in Vikings history where we start off 0-2 and the media is on our side. We haven't had the media on our side this entire offseason. We haven't had them on our side in these first 2 games. And all of a sudden we're up against the Chargers now, and all this stuff happened in the division and us picking up these players. And it just feels like the media is actually like kind of sitting on our side. Like, oh, the Vikings aren't as bad as that.
It's the
All of a
lovable
sudden,
underdog story. The Lions were that last year. It's
right.
the lovable
So that's
underdog
what it is.
story. It's like, oh,
That's
these
what it
teams
is
overhyped. Then we start losing, and then they're like, oh, actually, they're pretty good though. They're playing pretty well.
They're pretty good. Yeah,
Kirk
Kirk Cousins is
here's the
really
difference.
good.
If we come out and we completely bottomed out those first 2 weeks, the story would be different, right? It'd be like, here's the team we expected to see, and now it's just like, oh, it's a good team just catching some bad breaks. So
yeah.
Because last year it was a bad team catching good breaks or something like I don't know.
And then obviously we got toasted throughout the entire season, which obviously the way it ended, it was like, all right. But yeah, I don't know. It first game this year, I truly feel a W. That's what I'm saying. Like even fans and stuff, and maybe it's a bit of seeing like us knowing we have a chance, even though we're 0-2. It is like you look back, obviously we shot ourselves in the foot in that Eagles game, but then after a couple of days, you do kind of look back and you're like, you were supposed to lose that game. Most people had you getting destroyed in that game. And at the time it was like, you guys are idiots. Like you shot yourself in the foot in a chance we could have won. But then you look back and you're like, well, that's a game we should have won. And everyone had us losing, including a majority of the fans, even optimistic ones. So it does feel like you have a good team there, but obviously we got to win some games here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including starting with this Chargers game. But
yeah, and it seems like a really, like with the way that our offense has been operating, this feels like a perfect opportunity because I understand a majority of their passing yards allowed came in week 1 when Tua put up 450. But either way,
right.
This defense can be hit. I know their secondary is dealing with some injuries right now. I mean, obviously the biggest thing is giving Kirk time to make the throws. With them having Joey Bosa as well as Khalil Mack and some interior pressure there as well.
Yes.
So
speaking of that, I think
we got to get the running game. The running game needs to get rolling a little bit here. I mean, it's been fun watching us just sling the ball over the place basically whenever we want to, but
Eckler playing. Eckler was I was just gonna talk about that. Eckler was still on the did not participate. I didn't look into it, but he was still on the did not participate list today. Eric Kendricks was on there. I forgot who. I think Khalil Mack might be. No, Joey Bosa is limited, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean,
and then did not participate for us was Bradbury and of course Davenport again. And then
did you see his press conference today? He had it was like a 30-second press conference and people just asked him. And then he almost seemed surprised that they wanted to know about his injury because he's like, we're making progress. They said, so Thursday you were out there, and you got out there for a couple snaps. Did you tweak it? Not feel right? He's like, I wasn't where I wanted to be. It's like, okay, so would you say you feel much better today than you did last week? Yeah, progressing. We'll say that.
Yo, my worthless opinion. Let's go.
And then they're like, okay, I mean, but you feel like you have a good shot of playing Sunday? We're progressing. So I don't know. What it is.
Hey, what up, JJ?
Hey, how's it going, JJ?
What up?
But yeah, so the Davenport
Davey Chain's in the building. Relax, dudes. Hit the brakes on the early panic mode. We were totally outplayed. Turnovers and injuries killed us. We were totally outplayed. That's what I would say. No, I was talking about. I feel like we
haven't hit panic button here yet. This isn't panic mode, right?
Not us. No. Oh, us, we're not panic mode. No, I was just talking about 2 seconds ago about how it's interesting that for whatever reason, after an 0-2 start for a Vikings team that everybody always wants to disrespect, that for whatever reason, the media and the fan base has kind of came together going into this game as like, you know what, the Vikings could turn this all around and we can win the division and go to playoffs and be a good team all of a sudden, which is weird after an 0-2 start where most people should be freaking out. But I do think that has to do with Kwesi coming out and making these moves that's important for our team.
Yeah. Random thought.
So we're not panicking.
Just as I'm scrolling through Twitter, a team that might be panicking, the Dallas Cowboys. Do you see Trevon Diggs torn ACL out for the year? That's rough. And tore it in practice. That's
awful. I know that is awful. Right.
I mean, we've been there.
I mean,
Teddy,
I still don't.
But
yeah. Teddy, obviously, the Nick Chubb stuff. That's brutal. Speaking of that, I mean, obviously, this is our sport, our sports bets and everything like that. And we did create our fantasy football league we did pay $50 to get into or whatever. We had Nick Chubb in that league, and actually we'll jump into that right away here. Might as well look at our team. Actually, let's see how the share screen thing works for us here. I click share. Is it sharing?
Yep.
Yeah. See, it's different. It's different on here. So yeah, we are 1-1 because we ended up losing our last week because Nick Chubb got hurt. So we do have Nick Chubb in the IR. Brandon Ayuk is out tonight, which is actually going to be interesting for when we do our DraftKings later. We probably should make some moves right here. Let's actually go look at some ad players.
Let's say get Deshaun Watson's ass out of there.
Yeah, I know. I know. You're not wrong. We'll keep an eye out on some of these guys. We'll keep an eye on some of these. Let's see. So I don't know.
Did you have we dropped Nick Chubb from this team yet?
No. Nope.
Yeah. So what do we got at running back?
Justice Hill's questionable. We could Tony. These guys are even Jalen Warren could be a play. One of these threes is probably worth being on a roster. I think actually, Jalen Warren is looking better than Najee Harris.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I mean, or at least to some extent, Najee Harris is kind of like I don't know, man. He's not that good. He's really not that good, unfortunately. But
I know it's weird. He had like the really good rookie season, and since then
we're gonna grab Jalen Warren. Everybody else too is 50% on teams. Sammy Perrine's on a bunch of teams.
I think
kind of like him.
Ooh, that is a waiver ad, so we'd have to wait till Sunday. 24th?
Oh.
Which I
think that's all right. And we're not going to play him anyways. We'll put him on here, though, for now. So we're going to have to cut the boy, Nick Chubb. Claim. Whatever. So you have successfully claimed waiver is there. Do we not have an IR spot on this? No,
okay, so go to your, click on the player, and I think you're able to fill an IR. It just doesn't show it on here for some reason. Like if you click on an injured player, like Brandon Ayuk, if you click on the BN on the left side there, scroll down, see if there's the IR. It's just really weird the way that
where do you see the IR?
Yahoo does it. Scroll up at the very bottom of the roster.
Oh,
IR.
Yeah, no, I don't know Yahoo.
I don't like Yahoo. Yahoo sucks. I mean, I shouldn't say it sucks.
They're the only ones that let you pay money to just do a league without having to create it yourself.
Yeah. ESPN.
All right, let's go look at some wide receivers real quick here.
As much as I hate ESPN, I think their fantasy I think their fantasy football is second to none.
I like them. Oh, wow. Marquise Brown, the Hollywood Browns out here. How the mighty has fallen on that one.
Yeah. Tank Dell. I picked him up in one of my leagues.
So did I. I would. I don't know, man. It's hard to pass up on. Oh, yeah. 10 targets, 6. It's hard to pass up on Hollywood. I'm going to grab him on here. I don't think he should be out here right now, even though I do like Tank Dell a lot.
I'm not a fan.
Successfully. I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, he's mostly been consistent as long as he's not injured. And he had 10 targets. You can't complain about 10 targets there. Perfect framing expensive doing. All right, you guys are doing good. I'll just hang it up. What up, JJ? I'm keeping it just saved. I missed some of these comments in here. So yeah, I think that's good for now for this team. I mean, obviously losing Nick Chubb is pretty big deal, which is unfortunate. And my main fantasy team is dealing with the same the same exact thing. I had Nick Chubb, I had Aaron Rodgers, and both of them are obviously out for the rest of the
Caught the
year.
injury bug, man. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. It's brutal. Let's jump into some. Should we do DraftKings or Prize Picks first?
Let's do DraftKings.
Some DraftKings.
Keep
We'll
the
do
fantasy football train rolling.
Yeah. So let's jump into some DraftKings. So we'll do tonight's game right away here, and then we're going to do a main slate. So I've been doing good on the main slates. I don't think I've lost any. We didn't win any big on any, and then last week we didn't do a main slate, and then we ended up. Who was last Thursday game?
Vikings and Eagles.
Oh, duh. We did not win on that. I don't believe.
Didn't we have Jordan Addison in our captain spot though? I think we did.
Yeah,
we?
I think
Yeah.
what was the problem? Who else? We had Swift too. Maybe we did win a little bit. We might have just got in the money on that one actually.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Oh wait,
there's another player that we didn't have. We had AJ Brown instead of Devonta Smith, and we didn't have TJ Hawkinson, who was another big one, or KJ Osborne. What the heck? Only 2 wrenches. Or only 2 wrenches, only 2 likes. Yeah, everybody in here like the video. Gary, we're on Purple and SKOL'd Media. I don't think we have wrenches yet on here, but we won't say that out loud again. Gary will wrench you. Anyways, so one thing right off the bat is now we know Saquon's out, but sounds like Ayuk's shoulder is listed as inactive.
Interesting.
Let's see who they have in there. Playthrough, whatever. Do we see anybody who? Oh, Juwan Jennings. That's what I was thinking. Workload alongside. Wait, Jennings top. So Juwan Jennings could be a big one. We could shake things up.
What did it say at the bottom there? If you scroll through that again, what does it say? It says
right here.
Let's see.
Sundays Eichmann. Oh, this one.
Right.
Oh wow, I went
the most
way.
recent. But rookie Ronnie Bell, Raider McLeod, and practical calls also may get. Okay, just saying other guys might get some run.
Yep. So I don't know. We could look into. We should definitely pick.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Justin? Thanks for hopping in.
Hey, what up, Justin? What up? Yeah, we should definitely get Jennings in the lineup at some point. But do you think it'd be crazy to put him as a captain? Where's he at? He's right here. Wow. He's actually kind of expensive. How's he been doing? Nothing great, but at the same time, Ike's out of the game now.
So you have to figure the Giants are going to be playing from behind quite a bit.
Yes. Right? And we should probably grab 49ers defense as well at some point here.
I would.
Especially how the Giants are looking. I'm guessing it should be an absolute, like the idea of this, it should be an absolute blowout. It'd be surprising to me at this point for the Giants to have any chance, even if they came back on the Cardinals last week. So I do think you're right. So I
think it's still funny. Barkley's still 16,000, but even Breida being relatively expensive there.
I know it's because he's the backup here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go with McCaffrey. You're probably going to see a lot of him, especially if they're up by a lot. And then, I mean, if you really wanted someone cheap, you could come back and grab Eli Mitchell, and just assuming that they're beating him so bad that Eli Mitchell steps in for some extra snaps. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to put Jennings in there, and I'm going to put the 49ers defense in there right away.
How do we feel about your boy Jalen Hyatt for a cheaper option, considering that they'll be playing from behind? Are you going to need to throw the ball around?
And probably deep, try to score as many points as possible. Sure, I like that for a cheap play.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got some extra cash here.
Do you take a swing at a Debo, a Brock Purdy?
I think one of them, or we can't get both of them, can we? Debo.
No, we can't.
I mean, Debo should see extra with Ayuk out, right? I mean, you could say Kittle. Kittle's cheap. Who can we get? Slayton. Brightwell. I don't know. I don't love that either, even though he could take some snaps, but they're going to be playing from behind.
Moody could be getting a lot of ops to kick.
That is true. We have $1,400 left, though. I wonder if we have too many cheap guys. I wonder if we should take McCaffrey out and maybe try putting Debo in there.
I like McCaffrey there better than I like.
What if we go instead of Hyatt and we just really bank that they destroy the Giants so much that Eli Mitchell has to come in, and then now we have 8,400. We can get Waller, Kittle. Kittle could be a good one, but I was really hoping we could get Purdy.
Gary, this is just the Thursday night game.
Yeah, this is just Thursday night.
What's going on,
So
Barber?
this is just for this week. This is just tonight. So Gary, again, how this works on Thursday on one single game is you just pick from this one night's game, but you get to pick one player. So you get a certain amount of salary that you can spend on these players, and you get one player that you put in your captain spot, and the cost of that player goes up by 1.5, but they also get 1.5 points. So you pretty much want to bank on who you think is going to be the best player in this game. Right now we do have McCaffrey in there most of the time anyways. Like you could go with a team where it was like you could go with the San Francisco's defense as the captain here. You could try something like that.
Yeah.
And
they
then
get
you
a couple interceptions.
They should dominate. I mean,
let's see.
Hey, Skull for Life Barber, what's up? What's up?
What could we do with that?
Should we try it?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So 49ers
let's toss their defense
here.
in the captain spot. Just give it a go.
See what we can do. Why not?
I mean, we'll see how much it ends up. 87. So that's what, $11,000 cheaper than if we were to go with McCaffrey there. And now
obviously
we
got to put
plenty of money to deal with, and now we can still get Brock Purdy if we so chose to.
Well, let's just put him in there for now.
Out of there and get a better option.
Ooh,
like man.
How would a Hyatt? We're 100 away from Hyatt. The thing with Brightwell, let's see what they're saying. Expect to get some carries to Thursday against 49ers. Yeah, but it's like, unless this guy was for sure going, I know Breida is a guy who can catch passes. So I assume that you'll see Breida get a lot of those as well, especially if the game gets out of control.
Brightwell could be that guy that like you pick him up and he's like the guy who's like, score a touchdown. That's all I need you to do here.
Yeah.
But again,
dang it, dude. I like Hyatt here more. Hyatt shouldn't even be that expensive.
What can we do?
Because I like these guys. I feel like you need Jennings.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have Debo too. I wish we could get Kittle somehow. We don't need Brock Purdy. Like maybe this is not a huge Brock Purdy game, but at the same time, it hurts to not have him too.
Well, then if you toss Hyatt in there now, what are we left with?
Let's see here.
92,
93.
We're like, what, 100 off from Purdy, of course.
Yeah, we knew that. I mean, we could try we could really swing for the fences and put Jennings in the captain spot.
I really like the defense play though. There,
you like the defense play?
I do.
All right, so
just because Danny Dimes is prone to some turnovers every now and then.
Is there any players on here who do you think out of every player that you see here, who do you think is going to get the most points tonight? Out of pretty much Daniel Jones, Purdy, Waller, Breida, Kittle. Probably don't need to keep going.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I like Kittle, but he hasn't done much this year yet, has he?
No. Speaking of that, I mean, hey, I think we're at the point now where we can probably start talking about actually
TJ Hawkinson being top.
Yeah, TJ Hawkinson being better than freaking Kittle. Right now, TJ Hawkinson is the #1 fantasy tight end, by the way.
Because he had what, 2 I don't think he had any touchdowns week 1, but he had 2 last week. So
yeah. And he still had what, 78 yards or something in week 1?
Yeah, something like that.
So let's just do this. Let's go Purdy and
as they say, you don't always need to spend all your money.
Yeah, I know. We're bad with that. I mean, Brightwell is going to be the other running back. There's no reason to.
So if he's that guy that just
going to be that number
snags
1,
the goal line carry,
or he could. I mean, who says at this point in Breida's career, who says that Brightwell can't end up being just a better option during this game?
How many career yards did it say Brightwell's had? It said in his bio there, or whatever his most recent update was since he came into the league. 33 rushes for 150 yards and 1
4.5
touchdown
average
with 8 catches for 51 yards over 2 games. So
okay,
over 32 games. So that's
it's
his whole
not
career,
great.
but
It's not great.
that isn't that the thing with DraftKings though? Like you need a couple guys like that to hit, which is why people make hundreds of lineups, or not hundreds, I guess, but multiple lineups,
Lots of
because
them.
you do a couple where it's like you pick guys like that in hope. Because remember, there was one time I actually won a decent amount. I picked Austin Carr from the Saints on a Sunday night game, and he caught a touchdown. Like that's what you need. You need a guy like that. Like,
hey, what up, Crown Juice?
Oh man,
what up, my dude? What up?
So I sneakily I would have rather had Hyatt in here somewhere, but
yeah,
I can deal with this one. I kind of like it. I think that Brightwell is one of those. I mean, obviously,
he could be. I'll be keeping an eye on Brightwell tonight.
Yeah, if he does nothing, you're like, well, it is what it is, right? But if he scores a touchdown, then that's the one leg up on some other people that you might have.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's go in on that. So, all right, we're doing that now. Let's do a. This is going to be a full, with the Vikings in there as well, which will be an interesting one because honestly, the Vikings-Chargers game might be the highest scoring game of the week. And we'll look into it further here. Let's see. Classic, feature.
Yeah, that's the one. Sunday games.
Am I on the right thing? Okay.
So it's just Sunday noon. That's just Sunday noon games then, right? Yes. No, all of them? I don't remember.
It should be. Yeah. Yep. All right. So again, every show, and if anyone's ever doing a DraftKings lineup, the first thing you got to do is
I'll zoom in a little bit.
I will do it in a second. I want to hit these chats real quick. What up, my guys? What's up, everybody? Let's go. But yeah, the first thing you got to do is look to see what you think is going to be the highest scoring game, and you kind of want to build your lineup based around that. Any Baltimore? No, I wouldn't say so. Tennessee, Cleveland? No. Atlanta, Detroit? That's an interesting one. New Orleans, Green Bay could be interesting.
Maybe
could be interesting as well. Houston, Jacksonville? I'm not loving it.
I think Houston, Jacksonville will be much like Houston. Is it Houston, Indy? They played Indy last week, right?
Yeah.
Houston?
Right.
It'll be much like that, where at the end of the game, there's going to be a lot of numbers up there, but it's because one team, most likely Houston, had to come back from down whatever to get
I could see that, right? Most likely Houston.
Which, by the way, right now, I know it's only 2 weeks in, but this is playing out perfectly for the Cardinals. Both them and Houston is both 0-2. So
I know.
And the Panthers are also 0-2, but it doesn't matter.
Chicago has their
Chicago's loving
which, so we need Carolina to step up. Speaking of that, Bryce Young is out this week.
Yeah, right. I saw that, yeah.
But Miami and Denver's defense can be a little stingy sometimes. Obviously, this game could be huge. Not liking that. This one could be interesting for Seahawks players, anyways. This one could be crazy for Dallas players, especially on defense. We might, even without Trevon Diggs, you might go Dallas defense. I'm sure the most expensive one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then Chicago, Kansas City could also be pretty high scoring there.
Yeah.
But I do think the Vikings and the Chargers probably have the best chance to be a high scoring game.
Yeah, I would say so.
So we'll go with some Vikings players right away. Are we feeling? I mean, should we put the boy in there right away?
I think you have to. And if it gets to a point where we just can't afford him, I think then you got to start looking at Jordan.
I think
Addison,
we put the other boy in there too, though.
That's relatively cheap.
Yeah, we're gonna put both the boys in there. No bias. We ain't biased.
Yeah. We might as well.
This is gonna be a big game
in there as well, and Kirk Cousins.
He's gonna be most expensive, isn't he? 65. We'll come back to that.
I think by season's end he might end up passing.
You know, Kirk Cousins leading right now in fantasy points for quarterback.
I don't doubt it.
So I mean, he could be a good pick here. He really could.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta commit to the stack here. There's not gonna be a lot of times where it's like we can commit to a Viking stack. So we'll do that here.
Very well might.
Another thing to look into is, so I think we're good with Vikings players for now. We probably should technically pick some Chargers players.
Can you scroll it? Can you scroll it to the left? The bar to the. There, try to get more
You want it
center so
like
we can
this?
see everything there. There we go. Yep.
Oh,
So we
okay,
can
okay.
see it all.
Okay. Obviously Nick Chubb is out, so that's another
Yeah.
thing to do next. Kind of look who's out. Eckler
There's a
probably will
lot of
be out.
questionables, man. A lot of questionables.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, I don't know about that. So Chubb, I mean, one thing to look at. Wow,
Yeah,
Robinson. Oh,
where's
Bijan.
Ford on this list?
Yeah, where's Ford? I'm still feeling Ford over Hunt right now.
Yeah.
48. That's
Ooh,
cheap. That's very cheap. We got to put him in the lineup
That
immediately.
is. Yeah. I like it. Though we've already spent a lot of money.
Let's go to defense right away. Let's just take care of this. I know Cowboys are going to be number one. Let's see. We've been pretty good with our defenses. Cardinals, no. Commanders could be not terrible. Colts could be not terrible. Denver, I'm not loving that. Houston.
I assume the Chiefs are pretty high up there too, price-wise, for playing the Bears this week.
Yep.
Yeah, 39. Yeah,
Vikings,
so.
I don't know. Jets.
No, I don't love it.
I would take the Jets. I like the Jets here.
New England.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots just can't seem to score touchdowns, which is really weird.
Yeah, and the Jets have a solid defense.
They do, though they're on the field a lot, but
yeah, they are. So I like the Jets here. How much money we got? 51. So let's go back to some tight ends.
I mean, I feel like we
Hawkins
should go
will probably cost too much.
Like we should go with like a deep sleeper tight end, you know?
I like Laporta. Wow, Kyle Pitts
Laporta is incredibly.
Kyle Pitts is a sleeper.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts could be a sleeper. We're not loving what we're seeing out of him.
Right.
But he probably has a Dalton Kincaid. I like him as a sleeper.
He's been
Musgrave,
good. He's been pretty
the Packers.
So
screw the Packers. Sorry, JJ. Why are you not choosing the Vikings? Why are you not choosing the Vikings defense?
Yeah, that game is going to be a
JA is breaking 100. It's going to be JA 100 yards. JJ is going
yards.
200
Kirk
yards.
Cousins is going to have 350, 50 going to TJ, and nobody else going to catch anything.
Yep. And
Kirk's going to incomplete 4 of his passes to account for the 4 KJ drops. And
I was just
kidding. I'm kidding.
Why not choosing Vikings defense? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, what up, Sarah?
Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
With the Vikings defense, obviously, I mean, we're just expecting this to be a high. Like, I think either we dominate the Chargers or it just ends up high scoring.
I would go B, option B. I think it's going to be a shootout.
A shootout. Yeah, it's definitely.
I hope so. I think it'd be fun.
Right.
Though it would be nice to see our defense shut them down, I guess, but I don't know.
All right, so we got Kirk Cousins, Ford, Jefferson. We got a little bit more money. I think we should go tight end.
I like this lineup so far. I like it a lot. You got the stack in there, then you got Ford, who I think he's going to be solid.
I think on here, the players that stick out to me the most is probably Kincaid, probably Pitts, and Laporta. I mean, the thing with Pitts is this is as cheap as Pitts has probably ever been in his career.
But there's
which
a reason.
Makes sense. But still, 8 targets, 5 targets. Oh, wait. 8 targets in all. Yeah, you're not feeling Kyle Pitts?
I'm not loving it. Until he's one of those guys, like, I mean, obviously, DraftKings, you hope you hit on a guy like that, and he goes off.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I bet you any money he's going to be one of the most grabbed tight ends. Which is not technically a good thing.
But I think that if you go with a Laporta type where he's been consistent, but you're just waiting for that one game where he's gonna break out, you know.
And he's getting better. He's like Jordan Addison.
5 of 6 for 60. Like you're waiting for that game where he adds on a touchdown to that stat line and improves it a little bit, you know. Yeah. So I think he's one of those guys you take because he's been consistent, and you hope that eventually, like this will be the game where he.
I like Sam. Yeah,
goes above and beyond.
And it seems you can tell that Goff is like building that trust with them. Like that, right. The end of that, even though they lost, the end of that Lions game, he was feeding Laporta. So I do like Laporta here. So 4,000. All right, we're going to need to go back and grab a solid tight end here. I do like Bijan in this game. ETN could be good in this game, though last game he wasn't very good. I don't love Evans in this one. Gibbs will be interesting, but it's kind of risky. James Conner, I don't like it against Dallas.
Yeah,
Cook against Washington's defense.
I'm playing him in 2 of my leagues. James Conner, I have to.
Yeah,
he'll score a touchdown at least. He'll be fine.
Kenneth Walker. We
Raheem
could go. I
Mostert
don't
had a
know about
huge
Madison right
Raheem
now. With
Mostert had a huge game last week.
Mostert did. Oh yeah, he did. So did Brian Robinson Jr. I believe.
Did he?
I believe he had a big game. Javonte Williams, Delvin Cook, Brees Hall. I mean, Brees Hall could still be a good play here. Javonte Williams, I think, could still be a good play here. Still a little expensive. And then you're getting into no man's land down here.
Yeah. Into some backups. Um,
Hell yeah, dude! I bet you. I know Sarah's cool as hell. There's no way. I met her for what 2 minutes,
all of like 4
and I could
seconds.
tell. Yeah, 4 seconds, and I was like, Sarah's there. Obviously, It's funny how like It's crazy how like learning to meet people and know people through the internet, through our comments and people talking to us and us talking to you and you guys talking to each other. It's crazy how when we all came to Skull Fest and it didn't feel that big of a difference. Like it didn't feel like, oh, the Gary's different than I expected him to be. I didn't feel that about anybody. I didn't think anybody was different than I expected, which is actually pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
Anyways. So what are you feeling here? Anybody that sticks out to you?
I mean, I have ETN on my main fantasy league, so I'm on the ETN train here. But also, he's kind of it's up there in price, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, last game was kind of trash, but the game before that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel comfortable taking him in this game if you're liking him. I need him to be good in one of my leagues.
Or Mostert.
Yeah, true.
How much is...
I don't love it. He was good last week, but at the same time,
what was it the week before? Still scored a touchdown the week before? Game log. There it is.
37 yards.
Okay, then he had a touchdown.
He did have a touchdown. I mean, he ain't bad. We could come back for him. Maybe
let's check into the other. Maybe fill the other. Or let's put somebody in there for now.
Put ETN in there for now.
And see what we got at receiver.
Yeah, we're getting pretty cheap
thin on money, but
yeah. Let's see if we can find any Kadarius Toney.
Romeo Dobbs.
Robert Woods. Robert Woods is actually looking really good right now.
Trey Burks is starting to become a little more consistent.
Look at the targets and receptions here.
Yeah, that is true.
How's let's look at
they need somebody on that. Oh, how about
Tank Dell?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. How about where's Raheed Shaheed? What does he cost? You passed him. I'm just curious. There's Tank Dell right there. Shaheed is.
He didn't play as well last week, right?
Didn't he?
Or no, he still had 4. Oh wow, he still had 4 catches for 63 last week.
Yeah.
You say you seen Tank Dell?
Yeah. Lower. What about Reed for the Packers? We don't like Packers. I forgot about that. There's Tank right there.
Yeah, but 10 targets, 7 receptions.
What was he the week before?
4, but right after that week, the coach was like, "We're gonna get Tank more involved."
Yep.
And then
so I'd be cool with that. How much was he?
36.
Okay, I think so. JJ Addison and Tank Dell. I mean, I'm in. And we still have 6,200 to spend on the flex.
Ooh, which does open up Mostert.
Mostert's still there.
Does open up Mostert.
Mike
I would
Williams.
take a flyer on Mostert at this point.
Delvin?
Should we do it, Mostert? I mean, you've been calling his name out so far. ETN and Mostert, those are your boys. So if they suck, then that's on you.
That's on you, not me. But hey, I mean, if you look at that, the fact that we were able to get Kirk, JJ, and Addison, who have had 3 really good weeks to start the season.
Yeah.
And like running back, you're hoping that Ford can, take the bulk of the carries and do something against the Tennessee defense. ETN, you're hoping for probably a touchdown, maybe more in the past games. Laporta is a guy that's been consistent. You just need him to take the next step above.
And I mean, these guys right here, Addison, Dell, and Laporta, these are the 3 players that you can just tell were ready to go week 1, but they had to be implemented better into their offenses. And each week it's getting more and more with these guys. So honestly, like Addison, Tank Dell, and Laporta should all see more action, I think, I mean, going forward in general, but probably this is a great week, especially for Addison. If he comes out and he takes more snaps than KJ, and at this point he definitely should.
Yeah, for sure. But I like that.
All
I think
right,
that's a good
let's
lineup.
lock it in.
Yeah,
Boom.
let's do it. Did it work?
Tutu Atwell. Did it?
Puka Nakua. How much is he costing these days? He's got to be up there. I'm
He's
sure.
got to be up there.
Yeah. Did it work?
Oh wait, it wants to see my location. I think, even though we did a lineup already.
Well, let's remember this just in case.
Oh, hopefully it didn't like. Man, every time this literally happens every single time we do this.
Okay, well, I think I
remember it, but I'm just hoping that. Yeah, no, it can't be filled. Okay, we'll run this real quick. Kirk Cousins, wide receiver Justin Jefferson, Addison, Tank Dell, Ford,
ETN, Mostert, Laporta,
Laporta. Oops. Oh man.
Technical difficulties. Jamie forgot how to type today.
Laporta.
Which, by the way, if any of you in here haven't seen his AI short from today, you should go check that out. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, it worked. Oh, I didn't. Oh, it's really good. Wait, what is going on here? Okay. All right, one more time, I guess.
Do you guys remember our lineup at this point? Anyway, well, Jamie,
run it back one more time.
Yeah,
you got it. You hold it down.
Anybody in the comments, if you haven't gotten a chance yet, drop your score predictions for Sunday's game, Vikings Chargers. I think we get the win. You got to fix that. It's a user error, Gary. It just is what it is at this point.
The old classic user error.
The old classic.
I'm well known about it. I'm well known for those.
It's user error is right behind unplug it and plug it back in again.
Right. Ford, Jets defense. ETN.
So once he's done with this, we'll jump into some of the prize picks. Those are fun. I like doing those. Did we?
Yeah, those are fun.
We came just short last week, right?
Yeah, we'll look at it. It was depressing. We honestly should have won 125.
Madison needed like 20 more yards or something.
No, it was just Gibbs. It was our non-Viking players.
Oh,
which we could have put more time on, but we're just kind of like, oh, we'll just pick these guys or whatever. So that was our fault for not spending more time on it, honestly.
34, both going to be 0-2-1. That would be disappointing. That would be incredibly disappointing. Sarah.
I was going to say, that sounds like Sarah.
That would suck so bad.
That was Sarah.
Probably off a back-breaking Kirk Cousins interception at the goal line or something, right, Sarah?
All right, let's jump into some prize picks here. We'll look at what we did last week, which was depressing because we should have won money easily. That should have been easy money.
Not dead, but not alive. Why is Tariq Cohen so short? He is pretty short, isn't he? It's funny watching Deuce Vaughn run around for the Cowboys. The dude is so small. It's hilarious.
Oh, I know. We liked him a lot, and he looked good.
We did. And he has looked pretty good for them, too.
Yeah. So last week, after Thursday's night game, we were 4 for 4 because we picked all Vikings and killed it. And then going into Sunday, we had Gibbs going over 34.5 yards and Riley Patterson. See, if you go to being a kicker, you're taking a gamble kind of. I guess if it's a high scoring game, but you are kind of taking a gamble with kickers. So we should have been smarter about that.
Because would we have needed to have gotten all 6 or just 5 out of the 6?
So if we won $2. Okay. So I paid 5. If we would have got technically, I mean, I lost $3 technically. Yeah. But you technically win $2 if you get 4 out of the 6. If you get 5 out of the 6, you get like 10 times your money. So that would have still been like $50 or something like that, or 40, I don't remember, whatever that equals. And then it would have been, if we got all 6 of them, it would have been $125. And we honestly should have gotten it. So anyways, let's go to a new one here. I mean, let's start with JJ on this one.
Yeah, what do they got? Jerome Ford.
Am I missing this dude?
David and Jogu pissing me off,
Jefferson, Justin
man.
Jefferson.
Shahid, he's got to be.
There they are.
There he is.
100. Oh, come on now. This ain't even. This is a joke at this point. That's a joke.
What do they got? What do they got KJ at? Or not KJ? Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison, 49.5 over KJ. We can look at Addison for receptions.
Catches, receptions, touchdown receptions.
Yeah. Ooh, that's dangerous.
Do they have that? I don't think they have receiving touchdowns, do they?
Usually, sometimes they have touchdowns, and it's just like one touchdown.
Yeah.
Pass touchdowns they have, which.
Kirko, what's he at? Not even on there.
Here.
What? That's weird.
They just know there's going to be a lot of them. Let's see. Receptions. You see receptions on here? Receptions.
Yep. There it is.
7.5. Oh, you're not even going to put Jordan Addison in here.
Interesting. Jamie, you're the fantasy guru. Sarah wants to know Tutu Atwell at Cincinnati or Josh Kelly at the Vikings. I mean,
want my unbiased opinion?
50-50. I would probably put in Kelly, but Tutu Atwell.
I think I go Kelly only because, one, obviously, if Eckler doesn't play, you have to go Kelly. If Eckler plays, then you don't go Kelly at all. Then you go Atwell. Josh Kelly, even though, I hate to say it, but the Vikings defense, we fixed a lot of problems in this past week, but one of them was not our run defense. And even if Josh Kelly's in there, I think we're going to see a lot of him. So I do think for sure Josh Kelly is I think he's as long as Eckler doesn't play, I think Josh Kelly's the play here. And that's not even saying, that doesn't mean we're going to lose, but it might come down to it where Josh Kelly is just the most used player by the Chargers in that game. It's possible. And Atwell, he's had like an pretty up and down career. I don't bank on him. I'm a running back guy too. So one thing we could do is we could go what we did last week, and we could go Justin Jefferson with receptions, and then go with Addison
for
yards.
I feel pretty comfortable 50 yards for Addison.
Yeah, me too.
At what point hasn't he gotten there yet?
If they're gonna keep sleeping on us, Yeah, in his entire career, he has yet to have less than 50 yards. So, all right.
I like those odds.
Addy. All right. Let's go back to Kirky. Let's go back to Kirk Cousins. Oh, come on.
291. That's tough.
I'm sorry. We got to do it.
He's had over 100 yards every game
right now.
But
what's the showing for TJ? Let's go look at him
for yards.
Let's go see
if he's even on there. It's weird how many players. It's weird how many players they omit from these. But I get it.
For some of these. Pass rush, receiving yards. I don't know if we did. Can we pick? I think we
saw him
right here.
There he is. 50. Why do they still have him in his Lion stuff? Like
I know
you had a whole year. You've had a whole year for this.
I know.
What's Prize Picks through? Is it DraftKings?
Yeah.
Or is it its own deal?
No, it's its own thing. I don't know what the deal with that is.
You've had a year to get.
I don't know if I want to go Addison and TJ here, even though they both did. I don't know if we can.
I don't think you can pick two from the
Delvin Cook,
7.5 fumbles, maybe.
We do have to pick some of these
offensive linemen ran into, possibly,
definitely. I wonder if Ed Ingram's here for stepping on feet.
Hey, you never
know. Rush attempts. This could be interesting.
Do they have?
Wait. Oh, this is going to be rush attempts. McCaffrey. I know if they had Madison on here somewhere, but no way.
Yeah.
I want to look at rush yards from a quarterback standpoint.
Joseph.
Bright. Oh, there's our boy. Brightwell.
21.5 rush yards.
Let's see. What's Madison on here? Do we see Madison on here? They don't even want to put him on here because they're scared. Yep.
They got freaking Baker on here. 13 rush yards. Zach Wilson.
See, is there any rush yards? 3.5 for Kirky. Tua 4.5. Russell Wilson 15.5.
Tyler Algier. ETN, interesting. Bijan. Jared Goff.
This will be an interesting one for Gibbs. We could take a chance on one of these guys. No, it's gonna be trash.
Gary thinks we're gonna go 110 on the ground this week.
110 on the ground with.
Can we bet Reisner
or...
will punch Ingram for stepping on Kirk's foot? It's a good bet. he also mentioned that in his press conference the other day as well. He mentioned maybe one of the reasons that I haven't been signed yet because of Christmas when I punched my boy Brett Ripien.
This is an interesting one. Rush yards in first 5 attempts. This ain't bad. 21.5 for Christian McCaffrey. I'd take a flyer on that. Ooh, Alexander Madison, 18.5.
Nah, sorry. James Cook 20, Jahmyr Gibbs 21. This is a tough one.
I think
I don't love any of this.
CMC could do
21 rush yards.
Receiving yards, rush. What's a rush combo? Oh, things gotten interesting here. I don't know. That's a little bit too deep for us. Pass completions.
one of them was McCaffrey and Daniel Jones. Like McCaffrey might just get the 111 himself.
We could double down on who did we pick sacks for? Oh no, we picked Danielle Hunter in this one last. They don't even put him back in there because they know he's too good.
Do they put Cam Bynum in there?
No, I don't see any. There's nobody in there.
What about
tackles for loss?
What do they got for kicking points?
Kicking points.
There. What do they got our boy Greg Joseph at? There he is. The Greg the leg. 6.5 kicking points.
No. I'm not doing kickers. That screwed us last time. We needed someone that can control the game.
Pass attempts.
29.5. Who do we think like this we could probably see to who's another high scoring game this week? A sneaky one. Sneaky high scoring game. This could be. You could probably see that. I wonder if we can see. I wish we could see their stats.
Well, no. What you have to think about is what team is most likely to be playing from behind where they're going to have to throw the ball a lot.
Daniel Jones.
Maybe. Is CJ Stroud on this list at all? Justin Herbert's gonna have to throw a lot.
Justin Fields is, but I still don't trust him.
No. What do they got Baker at 34? Jeez.
I don't like that. I'm liking probably Jones more because they don't have Barkley, and
so if their run game gets stuck, which we're hoping it doesn't.
Yeah. Should we take a flyer on Daniel Jones here? Get a little action, see what we're at tonight.
Oh, and we don't
remember. We can always go less on people.
Over. I keep forgetting that. I'm like, we got to go over under this. We could also. I kind of like picking under on some of these guys. Honestly, I like going under on Justin Fields.
I know, but he's against Kansas City.
Yeah, that's
so true. They should get blown out.
Even incompletions are.
How about Mac Jones? I don't know.
32. Mateo says
hey,
Jones
what up, Mateo?
Daniel Jones for less. I could see less for Jones.
The only
33 is a lot of passes. 33 is a lot of passes.
He's going to get
but again, they might
though.
Right.
But they might get dominated. They might be they might not even have a chance to do that.
For as talented as that defense is, they're at not having a great start to the season.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. We'll go with it. Mateo comes in here, picks a player right off the bat. I fucking like it. Let's go. But we got some more picks to be made here. We don't have to go with what's it called? 6. We don't have to go 6. We could go 4 even. I feel like I like 5. I like 5. Rush plus reception yards. This could be good for Debo. I like that for Debo a lot.
Or even McCaffrey.
But Debo's going to be without Ayuk in this game.
True. Yeah.
I'm liking him for that.
Some check downs.
I'm liking him for that. Check downs. He's going to rush the ball. I mean, he's got at least 15 yards on the ground so far.
Right. All you need is one big play from him, and you most likely. And so they're saying 83 total yards this game for Debo.
Yeah, including rush and reception.
I'd say easy. Yeah, I like that one.
All right. Should we lock this one in with 5 this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's $50 instead of we should have won 125. Mac Jones won't need to throw. Jets got no offense. That's the thing though. I'm like the Patriots really don't have much of an offense either. other than Ramondre Stevenson right now, it seems like. We're going to lock this one in. So we're going to go JJ over 7.5 receptions, JA over 49.5. Kirk Cousins, 291.5. Daniel Jones, 33. Less than 33, and then Debo. I wish I just don't get why we don't have one single Viking on tackles or anything else. I wish we had another, let's see, sacks combo. No, it's tonight. For receiving yards and first 2 receptions. Not loving any of that. All right, let's lock this one in.
I like
Place entry. Boom. All right, so now we are going to our pick'ems. Yeah, dude, that game's gonna suck so bad. Yeah. I ain't watching it. Especially you have Garrett Wilson. That's a buzzkill. Garrett Wilson and Zach Wilson is so trash. You can't keep playing. He had 3 interceptions. He has 4 interceptions on the year this year so far. It's ridiculous.
Did he have 3 interceptions last game?
I believe so. I thought I saw something where it said 3 interceptions. Could be wrong. Let me know.
No, you are right. Yep. Against the Cowboys. That's right. Yeah, they were god awful.
And it's the Cowboys, but still.
Yeah, he was bad. I feel he's one of those guys that was drafted because everybody wanted to find the next Patrick Mahomes. And he was taken too early, and he shouldn't have been.
Wait, and he wasn't going to be. He's way too small.
but because he had what you're looking for. He was small, but he could run, and he had a big arm, and that's the thing that everybody was, And he had to go to like the Jets are where big time quarterbacks just go to die, right? And then their careers are just never the same. The Jets, the Browns, whatever it is.
All right, so this is our last. So in this, if anyone hasn't been here before, each week we pick 5 games, and we take the. Not. Okay. That one was actually on me that time. So yeah. Anyways, so on here each week, so we put $50 on this, and of course, since Arrow's in here and everybody else, any money that we win, any decent amount of money, any money that we win on here, we are going to put to give to some giveaways. There is going to be some giveaways towards the end of the season. And if we win on any of these, like if I would have won that 125 that we should have probably won, I would have done a decent sized giveaway. But we got to win. So on this one, this is a year-long $50 league. And each week we pick 5 games and, pick a spread against whatever team it was. And last week we picked the Vikings with that they were going to be able to, if they were to lose, it was going to be no more than 7.5 points. We did pick Green Bay to beat the Falcons.
Win out,
that's karma right there. The Chargers, we did pick the Chargers to beat the Titans. And then Kansas City, we obviously won that one. And then Miami easily won that one.
Which, by the way, I remember we were having the discussion about the Rams and Niners last week. Did you see all the controversy around that? How they kicked the field goal to cover the spread? So they're wondering if someone on the Rams. No, we'd have been wrong. We'd have gotten it wrong.
Oh, we would have. The Rams covered the spreads.
They lost by 7.
Oh, okay. My bad. You ain't wrong. I never call you wrong. Jamar Chase has been sucking, I know. And now Joe Burrow is it's not looking great, man. Honestly, outside of the Bears, who are really on a dumpster fire right now, the Bengals have some work to do.
We appreciate that, Gary. We appreciate that. But now, what's the fun of gambling?
It's fun giving.
What's the fun of gambling if you can't share in the wealth,
Yeah, and that's one thing I also want, and everybody that's in here right now, we're supposed to be connected to the Facebook page for Purple and Skull Media, but for some reason we couldn't connect. But anybody that's in here, I'm going to keep, every time we do this every week, I'm going to keep tabs of the people who are in here week in and week out for this show specifically. And I'll probably do like a normal giveaway like I do with the JJ cards, but I want to do one specifically for the people that we're seeing in here every single week as well. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up, and I'll probably bring that up throughout the season. Anyways, so let's go into these games here. Pick 3 games. We're going to go to the Vikings right away here because we have to do the Vikings every week. So, this is as outright as possible, but we got to go the Vikings win this game, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Got it.
So what else do we got here? See if we see any that come off the board immediately here. 10.5.
I don't
That's a little
love the
steep.
I don't love the
That's a
big
little
spreads.
steep.
It's tough.
Same
It's
here.
tough.
Indianapolis and Baltimore. That's
I mean,
tough.
Gardner Minshew was a starter at one point. Like, I think he'll lead that offense well enough, and Baltimore's offense isn't super high powered. So I don't know. Man,
Denver
these are
and
some.
Miami. These
So
are some high
basically,
ones.
do
I
we
don't love
think
this
Denver will
one.
lose by less than a touchdown? I don't think so.
I think it's
I
definitely.
think Miami will outscore them by at least 7.
Oh, I think it's definitely possible. Yeah. New England, and that's the thing. It's like, we'll come back to some of those ones if we
Yeah.
have to.
This is
New
tough.
England, this
is
one's
really
again,
tough.
I don't know. I think there's
Hey, how about
definitely a
no? What's
chance
going
the
on,
Jets
man?
can beat.
Thanks for hopping in.
What's up?
How about
Hey,
no?
how about no? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh,
Go
you
ahead.
pressed at the same time. Playing, I have like 20 plus Gmail accounts playing Pokemon. I was being generous with 5. That's hilarious. My buddy's still grinding on Pokemon Go.
That's what it turned. It turned into a grind for me. So I had to stop. It felt like a
It was
chore.
fun as hell when it first came
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
Man, you were going to parks and
Canal
walking
Park,
around with
like
everybody.
Canal Park.
Canal
All
Park.
you saw was people looking at their
Yeah,
cell phones. It was
yeah.
fantastic.
It was a cool time.
And then they added raids, and then it like spiked again. And then it just after that, I'm just like, man, this is something. It got you out and about.
Now I'm
which is cool.
working for it.
You
I
met a
want
lot of really cool people doing it.
once Nintendo, and it's going to happen someday. I think VR needs to get to the right place, or a like actual augmented reality. They have to get to a specific place. But when they come out with a Pokemon game for VR or AR,
yeah,
that's when shit's gonna get real. That's going to be the biggest Pokemon game ever.
The augmented reality on Pokemon Go was interesting to start, but most people turned it off after the first week. It just got too hard to walk around and do what you needed to do. But it was cool, you know.
Game's amount of time in Epic.
Oh, definitely a gotcha game. Definitely a gotcha game. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People sunk some mad cash into that, raid passes and
all that stuff.
Nah,
all the games I play, I'm pretty. I like hate. I don't want to spend money. I do everything like because usually there is an option to grind.
To get stuff.
And I can only grind for so long, and then I'm like whatever. But that's the route I usually take because I don't really care that much about like skins, for instance. I guess in a lot of games. Anyways, see, even this one, I don't know. That's quite the stretch. This is quite the stretch. This is the stretch. I can see this one.
Stardust, damn.
So
so the Lions would have to win by 4, basically.
And I think they will.
I can see.
I think they will.
I like it.
Yeah. Green Bay. I'm not liking that game. They should. Don't love it.
Buffalo should win by a touchdown.
I think Carolina. I think Seattle should beat Carolina by a touchdown.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
At least 2 field
This
goals.
should happen, but that's pretty freaking steep. Same with this. This should happen. This should be a no-brainer, right? Dallas versus Arizona, even if it's that steep.
Yeah.
Just a defense playing that kind of offense.
We might need to toss one of those on there. Tennessee and Cleveland would be a boring game. It is. Cleveland is just a boring football team.
You could bank on Pittsburgh in this game, honestly, actually, to cover. I think they could win this game.
You want to know something?
With their defense against what's that?
Someone in my big fantasy league, my 12 team, dropped Dallas Goedert.
I saw people been doing that. I feel like, or people been. I've seen people picking him up.
He's out
this week.
A guy in my league spent 32 of his free agency budget to grab him. That's a third of the budget.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Or almost a third.
All right, how many teams do I got right here? Do I have 5?
1, 2, 3, 4.
We didn't pick any from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, it is 5. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
because these games, I take Philly winning by more than this. I definitely would. Obviously, Tampa Bay's been hanging in there though.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. They're playing each other after we played them. And then obviously I would pick Cincinnati in this game all day, but who knows what Joe Burrow's status is, and they've been obviously sucking.
That's why. So I'm cool. What would you do in my position? So my mom, it's funny. My mom actually offered me a trade. She wants me to trade her Joe Burrow and Mike Evans for Tua and Cortland Sutton, which I don't love it.
Say it again.
So she would send me Tua and Cortland Sutton, and I'd send back Joe Burrow and Mike Evans.
No,
I didn't think so either. But then, so what do you do? So do I tough it out with Burrow? And like tomorrow when they announce that he's not going to play, do I just put him in my IR spot and grab Matt Stafford and roll with that since they're playing each other? Or do I make a preemptive move now and pick up a waiver wire quarterback, which there aren't a ton left?
Go pick up the boy, the man, the legend, Jake Browning. You definitely hold on to. We know what Joe Burrow is. Come on, he's gonna get out of this slump. You keep him for sure. Even though Joe Burrow has all the talent in the world too, so you got to keep him. As far as that, I mean, yeah, I think you go with Matt Stafford. He's been putting up pretty solid points, I guess.
Yeah. Just kind of wait. Probably I'm kind of in wait and see mode to see if tomorrow night.
And I have a feeling he's not going to play.
Joe Burrow?
Yes, Debo based off of yards or catches. Yards or catches. What are you talking about specifically?
Are you talking for the prize picks?
Our prize picks?
Because if so, he was both.
Our prize picks was yards and rushing yards and receiving yards. We did pick him in our DraftKings, though. We did pick him in our DraftKings. So we got Debo, we got Jennings. So if you're doing a DraftKings, I put Jennings in there. Obviously, he's going to be wide receiver too with Ayuko. The one thing is we ended up going with with Barkley out. We ended up going with what's his name? I don't know what his name. Like it's not Gainwell, but it's like close to that. He's the other running back besides Breda for the Giants.
We don't even know.
Cheaper.
I don't even know our own guy.
That's not a good sign, but we just need him to do something because he was cheap. Give me a point. Sometimes that's all you need is if you take a huge sleeper, you just need like 1 point sometimes. Yep. Ayuk is inactive, which I did not see that coming. I wonder if did he get injured during last game? Because he did take he had 2 touchdowns and like 100-something yards. I flipped a Pokemon Go account for 2K, Sarah, all because I had a bunch of shinies. Damn, Brightwell. Dang, 2K? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know. I think I played a little bit when the shinies came out, but I don't even know if I ever even got one. Maybe I did. I might have.
I didn't.
There was like one time when I kind of went back into it a little bit because a bunch of my buddies just somehow got into it again.
Same, yeah.
And then I was like, I wasn't as into it anymore.
I mean, I need the AR. Like I said, after a while, it's like, damn, it's just a chore now. Like, I feel like I need to go out and play, and I
can only be tricked to exercise for so long.
Right?
You ain't gonna get me for that long. Yeah. Give me a few months of that shit, but after that, that's crazy.
But yeah, I feel like we've put together some pretty good lineups tonight, so we should be all right.
We're winning this week. This is the week. This is the one.
Anything else before we hop off here? The Sunday night game starts in about 12 minutes. So
Thursday night game.
Did I say Sunday?
And then but then speaking about Sunday is Vikings. Good chance they turn it around to be interesting. I have a box of unopened Pokemon cards I'm going to sell in 30 years. Let's go. Hey, speaking of that, Sarah, you never hit me up. I wasn't sure. I mean, maybe I want to see. Are you talking about like, is your box of sport cards? Is it just a box of random cards? Or is it like an unopened box of cards? Either way, hit me up on Twitter or whatever. And I mean, if you have pictures of the cards or whatever, I can take a peek at them. Because I do buy cards. But I have to tell you that I do buy cards and I try to get a good deal on them because I do resell them. Jamie, did you really sell Gary that Casey collects belly button ring? Yeah, I didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him that. Casey told him that himself.
Yeah.
No, that was Casey who told you that.
Chubbies don't.
He has his belly button pierced.
Chubbies shouldn't wear belly button rings, and I got canceled for that. I'm sure someone will clip it. Didn't mean it. If you're offended, get over it.
Random cards. Yeah, Sarah, if you wanted to take pictures of them or whatever, I could take a peek at them if you're willing to, or if you're looking to get rid of them or whatever. Gary, I was kidding. Belly button rings. That's a good one though, because it's like, that's pretty random to just be like, yeah, Casey collects belly button rings. All right, Sarah. If you send me them, I'll check it out. I don't know if I'll do it. I have to see if it's worth it to me. I literally have probably 600 cards right behind me, at least, that I already need to get my ass moving to sell. A lot of them. I have like 4. I'm not even kidding you. I have like $4,000 worth of cards behind me.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I mean, and that's another thing. Like Pokemon Go, Pokemon got big, and then like I remember
For sure. Just hit me
during
up,
the
Sarah.
end. I remember during the end of COVID, the big thing that got big was people would buy just boxes and boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards and open them on streams. Jesus,
Wanted
Gary,
to say
come on.
anal bees held back. I don't know shit. Sarah, just take some pictures or whatever, and then let me know. And then, I mean, hey, if anything, if I see something in there that I'm like, all right, you should probably sell this yourself or something, I'll see. I'd have to look at them to know. I can usually tell pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Some anal beads. That'd be an interesting collection.
JJ, I hope you're not here anymore because you don't
Yeah, I
need
know.
to hear this
JJ,
stuff.
earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, JJ's
Earmuffs,
gone.
eye muffs. Close your eyes. Just do it all. Just shut the stream off. We appreciate your viewership. Just shut the stream off. Give for children now. But yeah, anything else?
I think that's it. Again, obviously tons of content. All of us with Purple Gang. Man, endless amount of content pretty much every single day. So tons for everybody to watch. Perfect, Sarah. But yeah, just obviously, I mean, let's have the Vikings turn around for the people who actually want that. And then I think
Everybody
we're going
should
to
want that. Everybody should want
everybody
your
should.
football team
At
to
this
win
point,
football games.
we're not there yet. If we lose this week, we can have a different conversation next week. But for now,
I am 100%. We could be 0-16, and I'm like, let's win the last
man.
game, please. I want one win.
What if we're?
I
What
don't
if
enjoy
we?
watching losing football
All
all
right,
the time.
yeah, but all right. One more thing. Let's
I don't
say
care about
if
draft
we lose,
picks. I'm bored.
even if
get
it was for
bored.
first pick, if
I
it was
get
for the
bored.
first overall, no, you wouldn't want to win that.
I get
There's
so
no
bored
way.
of losing.
Kale
football.
Williams is the truth out here. Absolutely. I'm starting to second guess my decision to join this bunch. Don't do that. How about no? You know this is the group. This is the one, bro. This is the one. This is one you can joke around here and not get offended for the most part. Everybody's having fun.
It's true. But
we still alive. All right.
Thanks everybody for hopping in. See you guys next time.
Skol Vikes.